through the back. So we creepin', caps are blue, so you know that we peeking in our bag for the night.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode of 7 p.m. in Philly. I'm your host, Steve, and today we're doing another episode of NBA Talk 3 with my dog, Reese.
Yes,
Reese,
sir.
welcome to the motherfucking pod.
Again, what's going on, my man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. But before we get started, Reese, let's remind the people, if you haven't subscribed, please remember to like, subscribe, do all that, and take it from there. Yeah. So,
Yes,
but let's get into it like we always do. Let's get right into it, man.
Yep.
The playoffs have started, and it's been great.
Yes.
It's been great, man. Honestly, I honestly feel like this is one of the best playoffs I've seen in a while. Like, every team has been back and forth. It's been good games. What do you think?
I agree. I think the difference with this year is that the teams that we expected to be like top seeds or whatever, they're not. Golden State, Lakers, 6 and 7 seeds. So that's what's making it great.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we get to see those matchups in the second round.
Right.
So
Right.
overall, great playoffs, man.
Because a lot of people, they're saying, wow, one seed losing to an 8 seed and all that stuff. So it's kind of like, you see the top seeds losing.
Yes.
But what people got to understand, the bottom seeds are not trash teams.
Nah.
They're good teams that just during the season just didn't play as well.
Right.
And I want to ask you this question. Seeing this happens, does it make the regular season less interesting to you?
I mean, for me, it's been that way for some years now because I know, teams step it up in the playoffs. I mean, that's when it counts the most.
Right.
And that's why you see like Miami, upset Milwaukee. And I don't even call it an upset, to be honest, but it is. But to me,
Yeah.
like
It's not too far-fetched in a sense.
right.
Okay.
Because you got guys like, all you need is a superstar that's relentless, man, like Jimmy Butler, and you see he saves it for the playoffs.
And it's crazy. And I think that takes away from him being Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like since he saves it for the playoffs, it's kind of like during the regular season doesn't do anything. So I think that's why a lot of people kind of like, whatever, just Jimmy Butler. Who cares? You know what I mean? But I feel like he deserves the respect because this is not his first time doing this.
No.
In the bubble, he did his thing. You know what I mean? And now he's doing his thing. And he's done it for many of years, but he doesn't do anything during the regular season. I think it takes away from him.
It does, but I don't think he cares.
No.
You got guys that they play for the regular season. They're playing for those accolades.
Right.
He's playing for that trophy because that's all that matters.
Right.
And I love it.
Right,
man.
right. All right, so we'll get more into Jimmy Butler and the Knicks and the Heats, but let's start from the top. And currently, the game is on. Currently, we're filming. It's Friday. We're filming it on Friday.
Yeah.
Normally, we film on Thursdays and we put it out on Fridays, but we're filming right now. And currently, the game is currently on. The Celtics and the Sixers are currently on.
Yes.
What do you think about that series? Who do you think is going to come out that series?
It's a great series. I'm a little biased being from Philly. I want the Sixers to win, but I'm a realist at the end of the day. The Celtics have a better team. You need Embiid. He's MVP now. You need him to be even more than that. He needs the supporting cast, but the Celtics is just tough, man. They have too much firepower. Yeah. So I like the Celtics.
You like the Celtics? For me, it can go either way. It can go either way. And I feel like since Embiid is injured, it kind of takes away from the Sixers.
Yes.
You don't know what Embiid you're going to get. And I don't think we're going to get prior to the injury Embiid.
MVP Embiid. We're not.
I don't think so. So I think for me, I go with the Celtics.
Yeah, and you got to look at it, bro. It's like with the makeup of that team, who is beating them 4 times? I cannot see it. I can't see it.
But a lot of people were surprised that the Sixers took game 1.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
I mean, because
I said 4 times.
I mean, I get it, but it's kind of like if you get the same James Harden that you got game 1, and you get Embiid at least got to give you at least 25, 28 points or something like that.
Right.
Maxey does this thing. Tobias, gives you a good 15, 20 or something like that. It may happen.
Right. But you said if.
Yes.
And that was the thing. And see, with the Celtics, and I understand whoever out there watching the game, the last game, Jason Tatum had 7 points, and his team won by 34. The Sixers doesn't have that luxury. No other team in the NBA has that luxury where they can rely on the supporting cast, and their superstars can. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they spot up. And Derek White and Malcolm Brogdon, they do their thing.
Correct.
No one else has that luxury.
No, you're right. When it comes to the supporting cast, I will say the Celtics definitely take that. But the reason why I give the Sixers a fighting chance is because they have Joel Embiid,
right,
and also they have James Harden. That seeing game 1, James Harden is kind of like, ooh,
yeah,
maybe he still has something in the tank. He's
right,
gonna drop 40, and that's definitely a thing for me. That kind of gives them a chance, but. At the end of the day, man, if I'm a betting man, I'm going with the Celtics. I'm going with the Celtics. Unfortunately, Sixers fans, Philadelphia fans, I'm sorry, don't get mad at me. But if we're gonna be for real, this is just what it is.
Just being real. I mean, shit. I sit here right now, be a happy camper if they beat the Celtics, but. I just got to be real, man.
Got to keep it real.
This is what the podcast is about. Yeah, Ain't no fake shit on here.
Yeah, keeping it real. Moving on. So the next series, just to get back to it, with Jimmy Butler, the Knicks and the Heat. Knicks and the Heat. That is a great series.
Yes.
And honestly, I do not know who's gonna win, but since I am a original New Yorker. Before moving to Philadelphia, I am from New York, Queens, New York.
Yes.
So I have to go with the Knicks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, they would take my New York card if I don't.
Right.
So I gotta go with the Knicks. Growing up, I love the Knicks. I mean, I'm a Knicks fan at heart, even though I'm a LeBron guy. But if I have to pick, I'll definitely go with the Knicks. I think the Knicks they're just Julius Randle. They just have those pieces. Brunson.
Right.
I just think they just had that 1-2 punch right there.
Yeah.
Is just they can light up.
Yes.
As you can see, Brunson has been doing his thing already.
Right. And we ain't gonna forget about RJ Barrett. He's been playing well. They got a nice trio over there.
Yes.
So. And I like your pick.
Yes.
And I'm going to keep it short and simple. The Heat because of Jimmy Butler. It's just that simple.
That's it.
Just that simple for me.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to find a way to get his team out of the second round. Hurt and all. He's a different type of animal, bro.
I will say that Jimmy Butler is a dog. He is a dog. But my Knicks will get it done. They're dogs too, man. That New York Knicks will get it done. I'm riding with the Knicks. Jimmy Butler, he's a dog, but every dog has his day.
Yep.
And it ain't gonna be Jimmy Butler's day. I mean, but in all honesty, I just think the Knicks just have too much firepower for the Heat, and I don't know if Jimmy Butler can do this every game to get them out the series, but we'll see.
It's a great series. Either way, who wins, it would be great, but we're gonna see. Yeah. We're gonna see, bro.
But I have to say, before moving on, I have to say that the East is wide open.
Yes,
the East is wide open.
Well, what I would like to say, I feel like the winner out of this Celtics Sixers series. I feel like they would go to the finals.
I think so too.
I like them two teams better than the other two.
Yeah.
But it's definitely wide open, and the great play, like you said, the Knicks, their defense, their big three that they have, the Heat with Jimmy Butler, pushing them on. It's not going to be just an easy out,
right?
But
right. All right. So with that, let's move on to the West. Well, I don't even know who to even start with, but let's start with the Nuggets and the Suns.
Yeah, man.
The Suns are in trouble.
Yes, and I gotta go. So from the first episode, they were my favorites.
I know,
but
I know, and I called it. Yeah. And I said,
he did.
No,
he did.
No. I said Chris Paul would get injured. Yeah. He always goes down.
Yes.
He's never healthy, and he's the essential part of that team.
Yes.
He's the only person that will get people going on the squad. I mean, yes, KD will do his thing.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, Devin Booker will do his thing.
Right.
But everyone else, the supporting cast, Ayton, without Chris Paul, and that's one thing people got to understand. Chris Paul makes the game easier for a lot of players.
Yes.
A lot of players owe Chris Paul their career.
Yes.
A la
David West.
David West
was an all-star in New Orleans because of Chris Paul.
Right. And a la DeAndre Jordan.
Yes.
And
Blake Griffin too.
Right. Countless of players owe Chris Paul, for their career being what it is.
Yep.
And I feel like Ayton will suffer now that Chris Paul is down.
Yeah, because they don't have a true point guard. And that's the problem. And it's too much to ask from it's not, but it is, because again, KD and Devin Booker, they're gonna play 40 plus minutes.
Right.
But they don't have no facilitator. So they have to facilitate the offense with just them two. But it's who are they passing the ball to?
Correct.
That's the problem with you going out and making a blockbuster trade for a superstar. You're giving up everything. And that's what the Suns did. And they have nobody coming off that bench, bro. It's
a struggle. And then I remember when the KD trade happened, and I got a lot of flack for it. A lot of people were like, oh, yeah, Vegas had them winning, up there. And a lot of people on social media like, oh, yeah, I'm riding with the Suns. The Suns are going to win the chip. And I said, guys, hold on. Who's coming off the bench for these guys? And then that's where people get it messed up. People seem to forget that playoff basketball is just different.
Right.
People lock in, they lock down. And so that bench is very important.
Yes.
No team wins a championship without a bench or without a supporting cast. Right. It just can't just be the starters and the star players. They need a supporting cast. People step up and you show your true colors. Either you step up or you get exposed.
Yep. Yeah.
And I feel like the Suns are getting exposed right now.
Yes.
And doing that blockbuster trade, was it a good trade? I would not sit here. I'd be an idiot if I said, no, don't get KD.
Right.
Obviously. It was a great trade. It was good for them. It made sense.
No one's turning that down.
Right. But at the same time, I will say it comes with a consequence.
Yep.
And
we're seeing it.
And this is the consequence, man. This is the consequence. And I just feel the Nuggets, they just have everything.
Yeah.
Everyone plays the right way. They play team basketball and they get the job done.
Yes.
So
the problem is when, because Booker and KD, they're gonna have to sit down. They're gonna have to go to the bench.
Right.
What are you gonna do in that time?
Right.
When they're
and that's when they get mostly exposed during that time when they sit down. There's no one else to rejuvenate that offense.
Nah, and it's a problem. Let's say first quarter, they down 10, and one of those guys got to go to the bench. How are you making that up?
Correct.
It's difficult, and like you said, it's more to just getting a superstar.
Yeah.
What are you giving up?
Right.
If you're giving up everything,
right,
now you're asking your superstar to be way more than what he already is. I mean, you're getting 30 points a game from KD.
Right.
You want 40 now? It's like
Right.
he can do that, but can he sustain it?
I don't know. I mean, and this is what I always say. Like, now we're really seeing what KD meant to the Warriors.
Yes.
And when people say like, "Oh, it's not an asterisk," dude, that Warrior championship was an asterisk, bro.
Yes.
Because that team was it wasn't even a super team. It was a super team.
Yes. It's
like me playing with a regular team, a regular super team, and you going to play with the all-star team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You'll never see a trio like that again.
No. And for me, it was even more than a trio because they had other players there that were just coming off the bench and just busting ass.
Excuse me. And the luxury of having KD come down, you can't double him.
Nope.
You can't leave Steph or Clay.
Nope.
Who are you leaving?
Nope.
Even if you go pick and roll with Draymond probably got one of the best, like, high IQ players.
Oh,
in the
absolutely.
league.
Absolutely.
He's making the right pass every time.
Absolutely.
So it was nothing you could do, and you saw how easy they won those chips, man.
Absolutely. So that's why for me, like, now we're really seeing who KD is.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's kind of getting exposed. It's kind of like, yeah, you nice.
Right.
You nice, but after you left the Warriors, what have you done?
He's not a leader. That's always been his problem. You know what I mean? It's can you get more out of your players? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more to you just going on the court and just performing.
Right.
You know, get the best out of your players. Yeah. Get in their ass. Whatever you got to do, because you need the help. Right. You can't beat no team by yourself. No. So you got to be more vocal. Right. And that's always been his downfall.
Yeah. And I think KD has I think for his legacy to be what it needs to be, he has to win another championship.
Okay. Yep.
By himself, not by himself, but outside of the Warriors.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, because for me, it's just kind of like, I don't know. Some of you guys, they won't look at it as an asterisk, but for me, that Warrior championship is an asterisk. And don't say, "Oh yeah, LeBron did the same thing." Blah 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 blah. No, LeBron did not do the same thing.
Nah, it's different.
You can't put the Miami Heat's team equal to the Warriors. Because you know why? They won championships without KD.
Right.
I mean, and
that's the difference.
And that's the big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason that they weren't, they lost, and they should have won that, if LeBron and Kyrie didn't go mad. Right. But, they lost and they should have won. So for me, it was just kind of like having KD on there. That shit was a cheat code.
Yeah, they didn't need him at all.
Nah, they didn't need him at all. So for me, I have to going back to this, I have to go with the Nuggets.
Yeah, being as though they already up 2 games. Yeah. They play tonight in Phoenix. Right. I'm expecting Phoenix to get this win, but
it's a must win.
I mean, listen, let's be real. For them to win tonight, somebody from the supporting cast has to go off.
Correct.
But also, if not, KD and D-Book got to have 35 apiece.
Oh, absolutely.
You got to.
110%.
You got to.
110%.
They cannot win no games without it.
This is a must-win game. If they lose tonight, they'll be down 3-0.
It's pretty much a wrap.
And, coming back 3-0, not many teams do that. Nah. So, they're already looking funny in the light as it is. Yeah. So, I'm riding with Denver on this one.
Yeah, I got to change it and go with Denver. And it's not really because they're up 2 games. It's the fact that when you watch the play, it's like, all right, KD and D-Book is going to come down, shoot the ball. Right. They can't get no stops like that. Right. So, and both players have to be on. Right. They don't have room for bad games. Right. You have to be on. Both players have to be on. And we'll see. And shout out Jokic. He's balling. Oh yeah. Jamal Murray. Those guys are balling. Yeah. I didn't expect them to play like this, but watching it, that's why you got to watch the games. Yeah. And you see the difference. Yeah, absolutely. Moving on, and this is the last one.
And this has been a treat. This is
you saved the best for last.
Oh yes, I
your
did.
style,
This has been a treat. Yeah. This is playoff basketball, and we discussed it before we got on air here. I wish this was for the Western Conference Final.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I wish it was. The Lakers and the Warriors have been great.
Yep.
You know, last night game it was tough for me to watch. You know, because it was just a straight up ass whooping. It was a straight up ass whooping. But you knew the Warriors knew that they had to come out. They could not go down 2-0.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when we really look at it, the Lakers came out and did their job.
Yep.
They came out and they stole a game from the Warriors.
Right.
I mean, and so I feel like game 3, it's definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But who do you have? Who do you have winning this series though?
It's so tough. I'm going with the Lakers. If, and it's a big if, and I know this is something that we were going to kind of go into already, but AD got to play like he did in the first game.
Yes.
You know, you giving 30 and 22 rebounds. Need that every night, not every other night.
Right.
If he gives it every other night, the Warriors will be advancing to the next round.
Right. And I feel like, and you're right, but I kind of feel like just to give AD like a little itsy bitsy pass, I don't feel like they really run plays for him.
Right.
I don't know does Darvin Ham even run plays at all? Like
I don't think he does. And real quick, I want to shout out Darvin Ham.
Yeah.
He's the first coach that I've seen on the sideline with some New Balances on.
I know.
Shout out Darvin Ham.
I've
never seen that.
Nah.
You talking about comfortable?
Yeah.
I love that. Fuck them shoes. But I don't think he run plays, bro. You have LeBron and AD.
Yeah.
What the hell you need to run plays for?
No, I get it, but at the end of the day, they need to get AD established. Because as you seen game 1,
Yep.
AD went off.
Yep.
But then the Warriors came back because what happened? They started going into just, forgetting about AD. AD didn't get any touches. And then that's when it was like, all right, the Warriors come back.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I feel like they need to get AD established, run some plays for him to, or set him up early, like how they used to do with Shaq. He runs straight down.
Right.
Boom. Set up. Boom. Get the ball down. Get it to him early.
I agree. I would love to see more pick and rolls with Bron and AD. But I truthfully feel like, AD, tell him to give you the ball, bro.
Right.
Be more aggressive.
No, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying with the KD shit. It's like these guys are not vocal. And but you're the leader.
Right.
You're one of the leaders.
Right.
You have to be.
Right.
Bron know what you did game 1. If you tell him, I need the ball, he's going to give you the ball.
Oh, absolutely.
So get it.
Yeah. LeBron doesn't want to work harder than he really has to.
Not at this round.
Right.
Because we got to be real. With him being his 20th season, I'm not expecting LeBron of the old. You know what I mean? Like he's the second fiddle on that team. AD's the first. He's number 1.
I agree.
But he needs to play like it.
I agree.
I mean, I've been waiting for that shit. Even when they won the chip, it's like, okay.
Right. One thing I gotta say, and I don't know, and I think you'll agree with me on this one. I fucking hate LeBron shooting threes. I hate LeBron James shooting threes. It's horrible.
Yeah.
And for me, it's kind of like, LeBron, when you go to the rack, nobody can stop you.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
So just go to, and I know you can't do that every play, but he has a decent mid-range.
Yeah.
So just boom, pull up. Just stop trying to shoot from the logo. Stop. Just stop doing it. Because if we're being honest, he's not good. When it does go in, it looks good.
Right.
I'll say that. I'll be like, oh.
Right.
But when it's just bad, it's just bad.
He's been shooting. He's been in the slump definitely recently for sure. And I agree with you. It's not falling. Go on and go drive.
Right.
Go mid range. At this stage, to me, LeBron is Karl Malone. He doesn't need to be all the explosiveness, be all fast.
Absolutely.
Put that little guy in the post, whoever it is, fade away,
right.
or right in the paint for a layup, whatever. He can do that at the stage at will. I'm with you. Cut down on the threes.
He has
cut down on them threes.
He has to cut down on the threes. It bothers me and it frustrates me. And he old. And if we're gonna be honest, he almost cost them game one.
Yeah.
Because in the final minutes, instead of he walked down the shot clock, he ran down the shot clock, and he took a 3-pointer, and it was kind of like, yo, dog,
right?
What are you doing?
Right.
What do you do? Just go to the rack, do something. Don't just run down the shot clock and 2 seconds left and just pull up a 3 and then you miss it. It's kind of like, all right, yo, bro, like, what kind of part of the offense is that? Like, that's one thing that pisses me off with LeBron. LeBron does that. Like, Bron, please. I know you're not going to watch this, but please.
He might. We're not going to say that. He might.
Please stop shooting the threes, man. I think you're better off suited just going to the rack, man. And I know you can't do that all the time because you're older now, and and late in the games, your legs are tired. But the threes, man, I'd rather LeBron shooting the mid range than the threes.
Like I said, and I agree with you. And anybody that's a hooper, they understand the mental fatigue. It's just as important as the physical fatigue. Yeah. We know he played the most minutes ever in NBA history, combined with playoffs. Right. But it's that mental fatigue setting in as well, and that's why I'm saying AD has to take over more. Right. I can see LeBron being around 23, 25 points a game because they definitely need it. Yeah. But I know I know that man is tired, man. Yeah.
Before we get off the Lakers here, I have to ask a question. Whether the Lakers win or lose, and I think they'll be more inclined to do this if they lose. Do you try to get Kyrie in the offseason?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you this. So they got D'Angelo Russell right now. He's a rental. I believe his contract is up after the season. He's not coming back. I mean, I wouldn't bring him back, especially with Kyrie out there. But if they can find a way to form that big three.
But I think if you get Kyrie, you have to get rid of some of the other players because he's not coming for a chump change.
I mean, no, you don't. I believe he's a free agent after this season.
Correct.
He's a rental over there in Dallas.
Correct. No, I know that. I know he's a rental. But at the end of the day, you got to pay Reeves.
Yeah.
Do you keep Schroeder?
No, not if you're getting Kyrie. He's 1 year deal.
Okay. We got Vanderbilt.
No. And I like him too, because he's does all the dirty work. I
correct.
Like him as
correct. So, but I mean the supporting Hachimura. You mean
definitely keep him?
Oh, absolutely.
You definitely keep him.
Yeah. He's
been playing great, man. I think because of that it's a logjam at that position. He's not getting the minutes that I feel like he should. Yeah. And I understand it, but for what he's been doing, he's been great, man. Right. I really like Hachimura.
Right. So it's like for me, it's like I don't know how it's framed and what the salary cap is if the Lakers obviously if the Lakers can afford Kyrie and they can make the pieces without getting rid of the whole team because they can't do what they did before in getting rid of all the players to get fucking Russ.
No, right.
I mean, so they have to find a way to keep the supporting cast and obtain Kyrie. Yeah, I think you keep Reeves. Austin Reeves.
You gotta keep him.
So
the two locks for the Lakers is definitely Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura.
Yeah.
You gotta keep them for supporting cast. If they starters or not, doesn't matter. They need to be on that team because they're those type.
And
of
I think you try to find a way to keep Vanderbilt also.
Yeah.
You mean
absolutely.
But I mean, Russell. I like Russell. I mean, I think he's been great. You know, but at the end of the day, obviously Kyrie's Kyrie.
Exactly, and D'Angelo Russell, he's gonna want that bag. So he's definitely gonna go elsewhere.
Yeah,
I don't see a 26, 27-year-old taking a friendly deal.
No, not at this state.
Go get your money because it's going to be elsewhere. Lakers not paying you,
right?
D-Lo.
And I think they'll be able to keep Schroeder. I mean, Schroeder did miss out on that bag.
That guy, man, that guy right there. I love him as a player, man, but I don't know who's his agent. I don't know if he's representing himself.
They need to be fired.
Yeah, yes,
they need to be fired.
And if he did it himself, then he should be searching for. He should already have an agent.
Yeah,
now
he definitely needs a representative.
You missed that bag, and that was crazy, man. Yeah. That was crazy.
So now
he's game, bro.
Yeah, and I mean, so now the Lakers got him for. I mean, the Lakers won in that sense because the Lakers got him for
getting chump change,
like
man.
Damn near the veteran minimum. So I mean, so yeah, it's wild, man.
Snickers bar and the Twix, they got that bull for it, man.
Oh man! So before we get out of here, I think we have to talk about this. The Clippers lost.
Yeah.
And this was another one of my predictions.
It was.
I called it.
Just want to rub the shit in. Man.
Yeah,
you got it.
I have to. I have to, guys.
This is your show. You're running it.
No,
so I'm cool with that.
No. I have to. I called it because I knew it was coming. I think everybody knew it was coming.
Yeah.
So Paul George gets injured.
Right.
Kawhi
always injured.
Right. And then Kawhi goes down. And then what happens? The Clippers lose. Shout out to Russ. He gave it all he had.
Oh, man.
Shout out to Russ. Everybody gives Russ a bad name. I mean, obviously, like, Russ is a...
Respect, bro.
And one thing I got to say, Russ has always been Russ.
Yeah.
I feel like he's been playing the same way that he's been playing. But I feel like he got put on a microscope because he was on the Lakers.
Yeah. And it comes with that.
You know what I'm saying?
It comes with that and who he is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So...
Right. And then, you're playing with LeBron and all that stuff. So it's kind of like, oh, my God, Russ is doing this and he's playing with LeBron and blah, blah, blah. So I felt like it was unfair to Russ because this is who Russ has always been throughout his career. So for everyone to be like, oh, yeah, Russell Westbrook and all that. It's like, yo, dude, he's been playing the same. If you've been following Russ, he's been playing the same way this whole career, guys. This is nothing new.
And I don't see how a guy like that catches any flack who gives 110% on every possession.
Right.
That's not the games, just every single possession of the game.
Right.
He gives 110%.
Right.
There's no way you can hate a guy like that.
Nah, not at all.
No way. I don't give a damn how many shots he missed.
Right.
I know he's going to hustle every second of this game. He's going to be there for his team. That's what you want.
Correct.
That's what you want, man.
Correct. Yeah. So shout out to Russ, man.
Yeah, man.
Hall
of Famer, baby.
So my question to you is, what do the Clippers do now?
All right. So they have a lot, man. It's one of the two gotta go. One of the two gotta go. Either Paul George or Kawhi. I don't know which one it is. And that's the tough because it's like both of them are injury prone.
Right.
You can't really say who would be better suited, like keeping, because you just don't know. It's like I can't bank on neither one of them for a whole season.
Correct.
So I can't answer that, bro.
for me, honestly, I don't think you can even trade Kawhi at this point because it's kind of like he's broken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I don't...
Everybody's tradable.
Yes.
Everybody's tradable.
Yes, but where the hell are you going to send them?
I mean, listen, you got Detroit out there.
Oh, come on, man.
You got OKC. I mean, but you got to put your business cap on for a second.
I get it.
Those bottom feeders... Because for some teams, it's not all about winning.
Right.
I want to fill some seats. I want to put some butts in these seats.
That makes sense.
Kawhi does that. Paul George would do that. Yeah. So it's always suitors.
Right.
Now, I don't know who would do it because it'd be crazy as far as like if you trying to like elevate your team.
Absolutely.
You know, but if it's not about winning, it's plenty of suitors out there.
Yeah. I mean, I but at the same time, you have to realize, does Kawhi want to go there? I mean, like
unless he has a no trade clause,
yeah.
I don't care what you want.
Yeah. No, I mean
we want to keep you, but you're on the court. 40% of the time, bro. So, if that.
So I mean, I think the Clippers, you know, you sit down with Kawhi this summer and you really break it down like, yo, and you get the doctors together and figure out what the hell is really wrong with this guy.
Yeah.
And if you guys can't figure something out, I think you try to trade him. If you can't, I think you try to force Kawhi to retire or leave.
Something, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, the Clippers has been doing this over and over and over. It's been just one big merry-go-round.
So, for everybody out there, don't be surprised if the Clippers go into rebuilding.
Yeah.
Because again, like you said, that's a tough call for having two like veterans that's super injury prone. It's like, what do you do?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised if they go in rebuilding mode.
Yeah. I mean, I think Paul George is definitely tradable.
Yes.
I think they can.
Yes.
I think if you can get some pieces for him, I think you trade. And like you said, I think I would believe, because at the end of the day, if you're not heading towards a championship, what are we playing for?
Yeah, you're rebuilding.
You know, what are we playing for? So I do think that they figure out what's going on with Kawhi, and I think you lead towards trying to find a way to get Kawhi out of here. Paul George, get some picks for him, and just start rebuilding and try to see if you can get a good team. And you know, at the end of the day, this is Los Angeles.
Yeah. And
they can get some players to come there. I mean, It's one of those places like, all right, well, I'm in LA and I'll want to come and play there, you know? So I think that's also an attractive place to go. So I do think the Clippers may have something, but it isn't much.
And I just want to say, Tyronn Lue, I feel so bad for you because you're a top 3 coach in the league.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. And you always get in the short end of the stick,
Absolutely.
you know, with your players not being available. And man, I hope things work out, man. Listen. We get rid of Doc for you. I'll get rid of Doc.
Right.
Come over to Philly.
Doc is definitely on the hot seat. I would definitely say that.
He should have been gone me, man.
I mean, you know, if Doc doesn't win this year, it's kind of like, all right, Doc, this is it. You know what I mean? But if we're going to be honest, before we get out of here, Doc was never that great to me. Like, he won with the Celtics where he was supposed to win.
Right.
And he should have won more. But like I said before, he ran into LeBron in them. You know what I mean? So, I think definitely Doc is on the hot seat, and we'll definitely see. I don't think that the Sixers will win a championship this year, and Tyronn Lue would definitely be a great fit.
I would love it. Man.
Yeah, so.
I'll go pick him up from the airport.
Yeah. So before we get out of here, you got anything else, man?
Yeah, I just want to say, man, just keep supporting my guy. This is our 3rd episode, and I know we're going to continue to grow. I love doing this. We can talk sports all day, every day. Right. This is my guy since high school. Support my man because I remember just the beginning where he was, doubting himself, thinking he can do it. And I believed in him. I'm always going to believe in him. And I know he can do whatever he want to do. And I'm always going to be by his side to help him through it all. So support my guy, please. That would mean the world to me. I know they mean the world to him. That's
Absolutely,
all I got, man.
absolutely. Yo, Reese, thank you for another great episode, man.
Yo, you my guy. You know the love I got for you,
Absolutely,
bro. You know
absolutely. Same here, dog. Guys, I want to thank you guys for joining another episode of 7 p.m. in Philly. I'm your host, Steve. Remember to like, subscribe, do all that. We out here. Love y'all. Be good.
Peace.